There'll be pressure from all angles. I've never heard President Hakainde Hichilema say sorry. I've never heard that his wife has traveled to South Africa to go and console a widow. I've never heard that they even went to Chifwema. I've never. They wanted to take this funeral like it's their own baby. To the UPND, it was a celebration. To the UPND, Dr. Edgar Chagwa dying was a successful way to win an election in 2026. But they never knew that voices will rise from the diaspora. If you come to TikTok and see, we are more than 500 diasporans that have risen against the UPND government. And when I tell you that in 2026, UPND will not be in power, we mean it. We cannot have a leader that lies to its people. We cannot have a leader that will not account to the deaths in Mufumbwe. We cannot have a leader that will say all sorts of things to make himself look good. And I thank God for people like Gonzalez, the American ambassador, that has told President Hakainde Hichilema to his face that you are not a good leader and you are not doing the right things. When I was part of the UPND, this woman here, Doreen Mwamba, made my life hell. And I thank God she has been exposed to be the woman that I knew she was. This is a woman who's behind me not being adopted. This is a woman who vowed that over her dead body will I ever be a member of parliament of Monali. And I didn't know that speaking about Dr. Edgar Chagwa will expose this woman. Yesterday we shared an audio of Doreen Mwamba speaking to Chabinga, who is a Patriotic Front president and leader, a surrogate by the United Party of National Disaster, UPND. They were having a conversation. And the conversation that they were having was about the body of Dr. Edgar Chagwa. We have seen videos of protesters. Where did they come from? They came straight from Plot 1. Plot 1 has funded those people to make it look like there are people who are protesting. And that's why if you are a refugee or asylum seeker from Zambia running away from this evil regime, don't even dare go to South Africa because UPND has strong links there. Don't even try it. You will die. And the UPND government is either you die or you are in prison. I used to speak about the Patriotic Front. I am still standing here boldly. I'm alive. But with the UPND, I can't even travel to Zambia. And I signed to say I will never travel to Zambia the day I decided to speak about Dr. Edgar Chagwa. So don't think I'm speaking because I want to come to Zambia tomorrow. I'm not coming there. I decided to stand for the Zambian people, for justice of Dr. Edgar Chagwa, for justice of Tutu Angolowe, for justice of Edith Nawakwi, for justice of Waimi, for justice of many people that have been sodomized, abused, abducted by the evil UPND government. And the world must know who UPND is. President Hakainde Hichilema, when you were asking for votes from the diaspora to support you, you were a humble leader. But power became too sweet. And you have realized that without you going into power again, a lot of dark secrets will be exposed. The question I'll ask, who was gassing the Zambian people when PF was in power? UPND must know this. Who burnt the markets? UPND must know this. What happened to Dandy Crazy? UPND must know this. To you guys, you are blinded by the so-called, oh, death happens. There's time for everything. Yes. And if somebody like Emmanuel Mwamba was still in Zambia today, he was supposed to die in December, Christmas time. They were planning an accident on him. Yes, I've said it. And that's the truth. I've told you on this platform that 85% of the system is not with Hakainde Hichilema. He only has 15%, those who are his relatives. Because Hakainde Hichilema has brought division in our country. Our country is divided. We've never had to think about anyone's tribe. And then he puts Dr. Chimba Kambuli in prison for tribal remarks, and yet he was just sharing an audio where Hakainde Hichilema himself was saying people should vote for him because people don't like him. Bumba Malambo is still out there as a Tonga who was actually speaking to the Tonga people, saying, if you don't vote for a Tonga, they always mock us that we are dumb, we are down, vote for a Tonga. That is pure tribalism. But Dr. Chimba Kambwili has to pay for it for 6 months. The plan of the UPND is to put anybody who is a strong figure in prison so that they have a criminal record for them never to stand on the ballot paper. The government constitution is clear. If you have a criminal record, you can never appear on the ballot paper. That is when I realized that Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu was a good man. Because if he wanted, he would have closed the career of Hakainde Hichilema, HH, by making sure he had a criminal record, but he never did. So everything that we're hearing about ECL were never true. So Doreen Mwamba and Chabinga, they were having a conversation. And for some of us who've been sharing pictures and videos of the late ECL's memorial in South Africa and the people who were traveling, he mentioned Shaka Fuswa. And yes, Shaka Fuswa was on that plane and Chabinga was on that plane. Who funded that plane? The boss called 12 times, missed calls, a whole president of the Republic of Zambia, calling an opposition leader, surrogate leader, to find out if he can travel to South Africa with immediate effect to go and corrupt the judges in South Africa. And then he also found 30 missed calls from the